Explosions, blackouts, and rising casualties mark another brutal chapter in the war between Russia and Ukraine, where any notion of a ceasefire is proving worthless. Both sides have escalated attacks with unrelenting force, striking each other's territory with drones, artillery, and missiles, pushing the conflict deeper into destruction. Hours after Russian forces attempted to expel Ukrainian troops from one border region, Kyiv retaliated with a barrage of drone and artillery strikes on another. More than 20 villages in Russia's Belgorod region, stretching across a 150-kilometer area, came under Ukrainian fire, according to regional governor Vyacheslav Gladkov. The Russian Defense Ministry accused Ukraine of deliberately targeting energy infrastructure, leaving thousands without power. Moscow responded swiftly. Late Saturday, Russian drones struck Kharkiv, Ukraine's second-largest city, hitting a military hospital, residential buildings, and a shopping center. At least 2 people were killed and 25 others injured, including wounded soldiers receiving treatment, local officials said. Ukraine's general staff denounced the attack as a war crime, accusing Russia of violating international humanitarian law. The escalation did not stop there. Just an hour before the Kharkiv strikes, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy issued a stark warning, urging a strong Western response to Russia's intensifying drone bombardment. Earlier in the day, Russian drone attacks had already devastated Dnipro, killing 4 people, while another strike on Kryvyi Rih left 9 injured. On X, formerly Twitter, Zelenskyy condemned the scale of Russia's latest offensive.
Last night, there were 172 strike drones in total, more than 100 sea shakes. In fact, every day now there are such large-scale strikes of drones, also missile threats, ballistics. It must be understood that these are Russian strikes, and not only on our people, but also on all international efforts, on diplomacy, which we are trying to complete this war. Russia makes these strikes on the positions of everyone who wants to end the war. It is impossible to ignore 100 sea shakes every night. We expect a reaction, a serious reaction.
Zelenskyy directly called on the United States and European nations to act decisively, stressing the need for greater pressure on Moscow.
A strong reaction is very necessary, especially for America, Europe, all over the world, who made a bet on diplomacy. Russia must be forced to peace, and only force will work. For too long on the table was the proposition of America about an unconditional ceasefire without an adequate response from Russia. It says a lot. There could already be a ceasefire if there was real pressure on Russia. I would like to thank those of our partners who understand this, who make the necessary decisions.
Moscow countered with its own accusations. The Russian Defense Ministry reported multiple Ukrainian drone strikes on energy facilities, claiming Kyiv had violated a supposed moratorium on targeting power grids. With both sides locked in a cycle of retaliatory strikes, diplomacy appears powerless. As drone swarms black out cities and missiles reduce neighborhoods to rubble, peace remains an illusion, and the battlefield dictates the fate of those caught in the crossfire.